50 plus victims of lending scam. Seek Marcos Jr.'s help. Perfecto Bordallo, founder, United Anti-Loan Shark Advocates. Kikay Bautista, President, United All the Victims Movement. Gemma Soto, United Filipino Global. June 22, 2023, 10 a.m. At least more than 50 people who have fallen victims to scammers hiding behind lending apps went to the PNP headquarters at Camp Crame in Quezon City, June 22, 2023. Manila, Philippines. Victims of online lending scams have appealed for assistance from President Marcos and the Philippine National Police, PNP, saying they have been constantly receiving threats and intimidation for not being able to pay their loans on time. Gemma Soto, President of United Filipino Global, and Perfecto Bordallo, founder of United Anti-Loan Shark Advocates, all the victims community, with Kikay Bautista, President of United All the Victims Movement. The groups assisting the victims said Marcos should look into the scheme, which also victimized overseas Filipino workers, OFWs. She said there are at least 100,000 OFWs and local workers who have been at the receiving end of the predatory practices of online lending firms. According to Soto, they want the people behind this scam to be held accountable for bringing misery to the victims. Sa grupo ni Perfecto Bordallo ay higit sa 100,000 na ang biktima, Gemma Soto said. If they fail to pay their loans on time, the victims receive threatening messages on their cell phones and their social media accounts. Among the victims is a female OFW from Singapore who was forced to return to the Philippines after the lending app sent a demand letter which was sent to the employer's address. She took out a loan for 40,000 4 months ago, which she has yet to pay in full due to the high interest rate. Another victim is Cherry, who got scared after employees of a funeral parlor visited her at home. May pinadala sila na funeral service sa bahay. She said she first received a text message warning her of death for not paying her loan. Online lending apps entice people to secure loans with the offer of low interest rates. However, the victims are unaware that their personal information such as phone contacts and addresses are obtained once they click on a link provided by the scammers. PNP Deputy Chief for Administration, Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia, assured the victims that the anti-cybercrime group would not stop until the scammers are caught.
Good morning, sir. How will you protect the public how will you protect the government through those abusive online lenders?
Well, we have to continue strengthening our capabilities when it comes to this. This is not a problem that is exclusive to the Philippines alone. And that is some of the danger that people are starting to use AI. People are starting to use all the new very powerful tools that are available to be used on the social media or on the internet in general. There is not. It's really an arms race. Every defense or every capability that we develop to block or to catch or to nullify this kind of transactions, of course, they come up with new technology, they come up with new techniques. And so, ganun lang talaga. That's the only way that we can do it. We just continue to monitor very closely and do all that we can. The SIM card registration, I think, was a big step. And I think we are getting to the point where we have disposed of or taken out of the system many of the SIM cards that have not been registered because they have been used for illegal purposes and for these scams that we have been hearing about. So we just have to be very, very watchful, and we have to be very, very careful, and also be aware of the new technologies, of the new ways in which we can prevent these kinds of things. But it really comes down to the public. My advice to the public is that when you get the message and there is a deal being presented and it sounds too good to be true, it is. There's no such thing as 100% risk-free. There's no way to guarantee these enormous returns on what they are claiming on the money that you give them. So be very, very. If the public is aware and knows and is able to spot because of the way that these scams are presented, then that is the best defense that we have. Pag nakita nga, sasabihin, hindi, kalokohan nito. So just archive it and just don't open it even. Kasi baka makapasok na naman yung mga malware, mga worm, you never know. As I said, it's basically an arms race, but our best defense is a knowledgeable consumer who can see for themselves and determine for themselves that those that are legitimate offers of let's say a promotional offer as opposed to a scam.
Yes, sir. Will you push for any sanction on this matter?
Do?
Any sanction on this matter? Will you push?
We have to. It's not that easy to. We talk about sanctions because mahirap na nga hanapin yan. What the best that we can do, there are certain instances, especially when they're very large scale, now that we can find exactly where it's coming from. But again, it's a very movable. It's not. These are not offices, corporate offices in a big building. These are people sitting in somebody's basement with a computer, which they can just shut down, sell away, buy a new one, and keep going. So that's the trouble that we are finding now. Of course, should anyone be found guilty of promoting such scams, then the full force of the law will come into play.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you.